Ready up, Sealed Hunters. How is everybody doing today? We are back. More Wicked, more Archery, no rest. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Ow. Yeah, this really went bad yesterday. That the focus gain reduced was on there. For our experiment, but hey. We can take the easy route by going around here. Fuck, or not. Ready up, Moy, how are you doing? Yeah, more or less. One of the wounds not fully healed yet. Giving me a bit of trouble, but otherwise I'm good. So one of the incisions for the surgery, I mean. And that again. Yeah, that's a problem there. I'm sure it will. It's just in a position where basically whenever I sit, it's right between the skin. Are you fucking kidding me? Even that didn't work out. At this point, I feel like those enemies are trolling me. Okay. Yeah. I am. The problem is when my mother, you know, she was a nurse. Now in pension. She thought it was healed enough that the absorbent threat the threat is outside, so it can't be really absorbed. She thought, oh, it was healed enough, and gave it a tug to get rid of the threat. It wasn't healed enough for that. Do I hit them? I don't think so. Nope. I did not hit them. Up there. Ready up, Jinxie, how are you doing? So, you got into the free trial yet? And you knew I had to ask. So it's downloaded. Open, and the pulling on the thread that should then just come off is a bit different. And the thing is, I need to get to the dock next week anyway for a vitamin B12 injection. So my opinion was, just wait until then. Let the doc decide if it's time to pull it, if it doesn't get absorbed. Still 20 minutes until I can drink again. Yeah, I will. And no, it's not done. The thread is still there. All it was a sharp pain for me when she tugged on it. That can't be changed, so I whine a bit over the pain and see what comes from it. Weapon types. Well, that I can easily show. Mind you, currently there are only 3 offense, with one of those offense being exclusive to bow, and one offense being the torch only there for light.
My word was, I'll say. We could restore history.
Okay, for weapons, we have dual wielding, the double daggers. Unfortunately, only 4 in the game right now. The rogue messer being my favorites. Then we have the dual wielding gauntlets. So lots of punchies. Oh, and there are also a set of unique dual daggers, which uniques are not shown in here. Then we have the one-handed axes, one-handed clubs, one-handed curved swords, one-handed hammers, one-handed knives, and mind you, all of these weapons will get way more in the future, especially with 1.0. One-handed maces, one-handed rapiers, one-handed spears, one-handed straight swords. There are really a few really cool rapiers as well. Then we have the one-handed wakizashis, the one-handed wands. Then we get to the two-handed. The bows, the curved great swords, the great axe, the great club, the great hammers, the great swords, the halberds. These will get way more. He's working currently on the halberds. Then we have the scythes, the staffs, and those are the main weapon types. And reminder, every single weapon here has its own moveset. No two one-handed axes play exactly the same, and it's true for every weapon here.
Serum.
I'll say. What? If you do it for.
Oh, what's this? A radiant ember, perfect. Location: the shallows. Ooh, Bollock Talon. Honestly, you should just go for it. The thing is, you don't have achievements. You don't have... We have maybe half the story, not more. All of us will need to restart anyway. The entire beginning of the game will be different with classes. So I'm using this, honestly, for having fun and trying to help with the development. Since it is early access. The devs actually listen. Of course, it's fully understandable if you don't want to. It's just why I play it already, to this extent. Not because I'm addicted to it or anything. No. Those are lies and slanders if anyone had said that. Scythes are pretty fun. And they are not as busted anymore as they were. And as I showed for Shikia, you can get them extremely early. If you get unlucky enough that you don't get a scythe but at the vendor or somewhere else. Or as a drop before Sacrament. You just need 6 papers to guarantee a scythe you can make early on. And that's it. From then on you need 1 human bone, a bit of pine planks, or a few pine planks, and a few copper bars. And that's it. Then you can make the first scythe. And another beauty is, just because a weapon is tier 1 or a starter weapon in quotation marks, does not mean it's less good. That is thanks to the different movesets that you need to look what you click with, all of that goodness. And with them going back to their original crafting, or to mostly their original crafting, there is also, in my opinion, a semi-layered armor set. Because you can extract enchants from old pieces, you can reroll unlimited and put them to max stats. Basically, once you find an armor you like in the weight class you like, you can just craft on that so you get it, you know? Ready up, Silas! How are you doing? And by the way, do you notice that I have, for once in my life, actually in a game, I have motion blur on. Because this game, it isn't forcing it on the movement of the character. It puts it on weapon swings. No, that's the thing. I played beforehand, like it is barely noticeable on the swings. It's not intrusive as it usually is. That's the big positive thing. I always turn motion blur off because it's so intrusive, it doesn't feel good. Here, after I saw a tweet, because I was curious, I put it back on. Where is it? Completely fair. It's just I found it interesting and I think it's worth calling it out, you know? Or bringing to attention. That they really put the work in to make motion blur make sense. Because our characters simply can't reach the speeds to activate their motion blur.
I'm up on top of the old bridge. I'm up on top of the old bridge.
Okay, this stream may be extremely short. Yeah. A friend, something happened. And if that friend needs emotional support now, that has priority over my hobby of streaming. It's that simple. Reclaim the forge must. But where is this bounty? It says in the shallows, but it hasn't. It doesn't show me anywhere on the map. And I really want to finish this bounty because, well... it gives me the radiant ember I need to test if they work on uniques. Nope, I just have the swamp rises there. I thought it may be in here, despite saying shallows, but as you can see, it doesn't go up. The name is Lost Truth. Great, now my resources are full. I forgot to empty them. And don't worry, if I have one more idea what it may be. Like, I think maybe 2 bounties simply for some reason overlapped. And if I reload the shallows, then it will happen. That would be my guess now, that the swamp rises and that amber, or that this bounty and that one the same. Ah, shit. Yeah. So, I will look on the forum if something was posted about this later. Ah, right, it's from the other side. I'm going back in here again. Ooh. I don't know. It's just right now I want to go out because my resource inventory is full. And this area is not cleared at all. I don't want to miss out on stuff and chests and so on.
To ash with you.
And I forgot that extra locations have their own names and bounties. That's why I thought, hey, maybe this one is part of the Shallows, since that's how it works in Pestilence zones, you know?
I've heard words like I'll say.
But man, they cooked with the new... Lacquered bow. And Silas, maybe you can answer something I'm wondering. Okay, no, it's still not on the map. So I will relog. Do you know if the Radiant Ember, the one that boosts enchants up to 100% of their power, if that one can be used on unique items?
Your true armor.
Nice. Oh. The reward changed. What the fuck? This were 2 radiant embers.
The ocean wants in, Sarah, and we are.
Do I now... So I can recycle rewards to something I want? But first let's go to the main issue. No, it's still the... Well, I lost the bow I wanted, but I got my embers back, at least to try, so there's that. But this one is still missing. And I wouldn't call it exploiting, I would, in this case for real, I would call it getting back the things I lost. But yeah, don't worry, you know me, I will make the report that that bounty does not show up on the map.
She's hiding in last night.
There you are. I see.
Even after relogging and stuff like that, that is specifically why I just took the 2 screenshots. And as usual, I will make a red border around the location where it says the shallows to show why I took a screenshot of the shallows afterwards.
Serum. Eyes up.
I ain't time for some
Sacrament endures.
Sacrament's too noisy.
Careful, Sam. Even I...
To breathe.
Okay, we talk with this guy. I will show an ad real quick afterwards.
Many of our letters.
And grab my coffee.
Winnick and I, perhaps our...
So I'm gonna be right back. And back. Though I would still recommend, if you tested it and you love the game, get it during this weekend. The 40% off of the minimum of the reduced price of early access, you can't beat it. Oh, also guys, if you would allow me a bit of shameless self-promotion today. The streams from yesterday and the day before will all be going live in almost 3 hours, 4 hours and 5 hours here as VODs. That is why I cut the stream in 2 parts yesterday. I do want to try a bit more. And at least uploading VODs from Twitch, why not, you know?
Sarah,
To what?
but this...
Live if the
And where...
not.
Will you help Randolph and... But lots of us are only...
Fresh ways to live it up.
And I will do the same, obviously, with the 1.0 release. The reason I won't do a let's play of it, like a traditional and video format, 1, I can't edit for shit. 2, I just enjoy streaming much more. Who's Will? Look, I'm terrible with names, okay? Oh, the kid. Yeah. I'm doing this on purpose. Like, I'm not paying attention to names or anything during early access games. And I'm terrible with names in general. This is so... that I then can really immerse myself in the full playthrough. When I fully go into a game, I remember shit. Maybe not names, but plot hooks and everything like that. Like, when I was a child, me and my friends played a game called Blaze and Blade on the PlayStation 1. I still remember the inner works, map layouts and stuff like that. That was over 20 years ago. As for your question, I personally still prefer when we had to look at our characters, but I also understand why they are using the wheel, since they want to bring enchantments to tools as well. And that would have been almost impossible then with having to look at the characters. No, the yield is the same, actually. It feels lower because, or at least to me, because now instead of having to upgrade with the ores and the I still got, didn't I pay enough attention? Huh. Maybe I didn't pay enough attention. I thought, since even before the update, you even on perfects got 3... You also only got 2 drops, but they then had 2 to 4. What I think is honestly much worse is how rare the sap is. The rarity of coal is okay. You only need it for a few crafting recipes and then as fuel to smelt the iron, the ore. But you need the sap for leather, cloth, and wood.
Who am I to play with now?
I did mention that to Thomas when he was in my stream yesterday as well.
Those rags are well not fit for the fire.
Fresh way. That's it. Been trumping around.
Ooh, this is also a nice black ring, plagued ring. I'm so excited about the plagued ring ever since I learned how this works in the game, you know? Since my brain with max health was always... Oh, it's just the... It lowers my max HP, but it's still my max HP then. But that it turns you to, let's say, 50 from 100 health instead. It's just so massive. Okay, the birch sap is massive.
Serum?
Poison is just another word for do it for...
Now, let's see. Yes! Oh my fucking god, you can use them on uniques. And even on rings! Yeah, massive W. Oh my god, look how bad this roll even is. And I thought this was a good roll. But yeah, that is such a huge W. At Blank Burrow. Ban this way.
Sacrament tells many.
Heck, that's a new one though. Just at the streamer and saying best viewers here, no spear of a bot, no nothing. If that was a real person that wanted to troll, I'm sorry. I don't deal with such trolls. I have a zero tolerance for those messages policy. Nice! Armor penetration on a plagued item. I needed this. This really caught me off guard. I thought you could put on item and chance from a blue item on a from magic to plagued, as long as the rules aligned, you know? But I'm curious, what is your opinion on the new crafting system? I have heard some people find, especially the Radiant Embers, convoluted, and they solve a problem they created with the change of the... Oh, I'm so sorry. With the change of the exalting, but honestly, I like this better. Because this still gives you something to hunt. I can see that now that you pointed that out to me. Honestly, the new exalting, right now, I don't have a problem with it anymore. I mean, it's just the same exalt system it was in the beta, right? So, it randomly chooses one of the non-negatives and charms from your item, and then buffs that by 25%, and it can go above 100%. The big difference now is, A, you have the Radiant Embers to push all of your enchants to 100% first. So you will always end up at a, if you put in the time before you exalt, you always end up at a higher margin. So at something above 100%. Then the next key point are Void Embers. So even if you were fucking unlucky and you had to craft, say, 20 weapons until you got the facet you wanted, and then you get so unlucky and only get the least useful enchant 4 times on your... on that item you crafted. You can just void it. You keep the facet on that item you put so many materials into craft. And then you just in quotation marks, need to go back with Essence Embers, Fallen Embers, and Corrupting Embers to re-roll it back to where it was and to try again. That is my point of view for that, of course. Another plague ring. And I mean here, look at this bow already. This was the bow I used prior to finding the lacquered bow. Though, do you know how hard it is to not take the freaking thorn out of this bow? Don't worry, I know you are busy. Because I don't want to lose this bow. In case I want to go back to a multi-shot and skyburst volley build later. So to a more rune-focused bow build. If I take the thorn out, this bow is gone. Since I want the thorn to put it into my lacquered bow. But yeah, I always call that thing a thorn because of how it looks, not Spike. I'm sorry. No, it's all good. It's... Yeah. Since they renamed the reflect damage to thorns. And this knife, I actually want to build around a character in the future. Change the backstab into crit chance. And look at those enchants. Damage increased by % of current durability and a durability increase. Yeah, same. The unique dual masser are also really good though, the dual daggers. But when I saw this, I was drooling. Hey, wait a second, I have an idea. Since now I know it's... Wait... I don't have one. I am still thinking, do I want to put in... No, the attack stamina cost reduction. I know, that one is different. Like... I'm waiting for a blue weapon, or I will look for a blue weapon now, that has attack speed up by percentage of durability. Because suddenly these stupid max durability enchants are so powerful. I mean, let me check the enchant list real quick. I actually have it on bookmark. Their attack speed can, on weapons, on magical weapons. Can it also go onto plagued weapons, I wonder? Yes. Attack speed based on durabilities, durability, can go up to 10% of current durability. That means it's on a 10% when you have base durability without an enchant. But if you have a durability increase enchant now, you know the one you always hated, it goes from 10% attack speed increase to a 20% attack speed increase at maximum durability. Since it works off of max durability now. So a 100% durability increase is double those buffs.
Been out exploring.
of tongue. Are you sure he's got that's true?
And here, this is also something where I feel the gathering and upgrading feels more punishing. Not because it really is, but now you need planks and ingots. So it felt so much faster, or it was so much faster, to upgrade further.
The world.
You cannot rush an oak.
Yeah, it makes sense. They have us at the beginning give ore and wood in general because we don't have access to refineries. We may not have a house, we may not have unlocked that. But after that, once we upgraded them to the first level, we have our upgrades. We can use the refineries.
Sacrament and
I've
dole.
scoured the
And it was just way too fast to get through everything. Now you are stuck a bit longer in those in-betweens. Lightning damage increase. Woof! This is already one tasty mesh helmet for a lightning build. Holy shit. Ow. Oh, I won't. I keep that one for when I want to make such a build. For example, I will most likely use mesh armor for my dual dagger build. Because yes, it seems counterproductive, but mesh on dual daggers and dual fists is extremely good, since you don't get staggered as much. And if you pair that with the normal roll, it's fun even. And the attack speed of dual daggers with shock just lends itself, you know? Wait a second. I never tried that, but I should. Nope, there wasn't something. Oh, I am trying a lot. It's just, this is again a first playthrough. And I want to experience those changes with the weapon types I am somewhat familiar with. I'm always looking for great bows and... Ready up, Bam, how are you doing? This bow especially. I always wanted to make a build that feels like Magic Archer, you know? Like different elemental arrows, stuff like that. And now, this lacquered bow... Ah, exploration. Yeah, I am. Exploration, I'm always... The thing is, sometimes you just don't notice things the first couple of times. Glad to hear that, Bam. Like, remember the letters I showed you during the beta that you didn't see? It's the same thing. Sometimes we just miss things because we are so focused. We try to look for things, and then we overlook them. Whereas if we go in with a broad view, we see them. That's also, if I ever do a beginner tip video about this game, one of my advices is, always run through areas again. Don't just go and grab everything, but keep your eyes open. You may see something you have overlooked. Maybe a new path opened somewhere because a new faction took over. Like, do you know how long it took me to find out that you can jump into this thing? Oh, I was in there already. And grabbed the item. Or do you mean the video? Yeah, that I knew. I was even in there earlier on the stream. Yeah, I mean, do you know how long it took me to figure that out? Yeah, same. Jinxie, that is why why I am pushing at the moment so much. Because we think we have so many different... they said there will be more pre-order bonuses as well. It's not just the super nice looking serum armor, there will be more. And I love that you can just make them now. No, serum armor was pre-order. Twitch drop, the other Twitch drops were Fallen Embers. And weapon and armor stones. Yep. Serum armor is pre-order. Don't worry, one of the reasons I know is Shikia, who you know also know here from chat. She won one of the keys in the second to last Q&A's live stream, and she still got the serum armor. So I can say that for absolute certain. Yeah, she is also the friend I mentioned in the forums of, that finds bugs. Because believe me, she is 1,000 times better at finding bugs than me. No one. She doesn't like being in forums and stuff like that. So we talk, she tells me, I ask for screenshots and I report for her. I mean, at the end of the day, who reports it does not matter, as long as it gets reported. And that way, she doesn't get uncomfortable in situations she doesn't like. And I get bonus points that may give me invites to future betas. Win-win situation. Now Silas, now I know why I didn't notice with the gathering. They reduced the base yield from the base items, but instead you get more sap and coal. Like here, with the perfect tier, I just got 1 sap and 2 wood. Someone new last night. Yeah, there are 2 different versions of them. Have a nice lurk and fun, Jinxie. I can't believe that the bow is also so fucking powerful without even utilizing the unique ability. And I will be honest, I much rather take, again, to come back to the wood and stuff, I much rather take the extra sap than an extra piece of wood, because that saves me time. And that is not just for the wood, but for cloth and so as well. I just think the chance to get the saps is too little. And I mean, even this, the weakest of the saps, reduces... Where is it? Here. This already doubles the speed. It is a ×2 modifier. Then the spruce is ×3.5. And as we saw earlier, the birch sap, one sap lasts 2 minutes. And modifies ×5. And if I remember in the beta, when I wanted to craft all of the bows to get the twinkling short bows to get my bow for the facets to craft with, to try. My bottleneck weren't the materials necessarily, it was the time. The time it took to turn 8 birch into planks.
God's reach! I was out fishing, thought I could. With this fortune. Please. See.
So in that regards, it helps a lot. I mean, we already always notice when we upgrade our... Or before. We noticed whenever we upgraded the refineries, right? Once they added that they take time off as well. And now it's another bonus on top of it. And I still love the fishing, by the way. The fishing changes, best changes ever. Oh, Ben, if you at some point still want to go for a full faith build with the freezing and then shattering. Since I know you went for that with these claws at some point. I found one of the uniques I found yesterday in my triple drop was that very same mace, the Great Club, but it had a facet that increases its damage. If you want that, since you know me, I don't really like those big weapons. If I do a build like that again, I will do 2 fist weapons paired together again. Here, the Shatter King. heavy. Damage increased and attack stamina cost increased. But if you push this with Radiant Embers... Oof. Like I said, this is a king for shattering. Yeah, if you want it, just let me know. You know, I keep real good stuff at hand, but I don't save it for myself necessarily. Oh, that still exists, the against large enemies? I have not seen that in ages. But, Oh, guys, by the way, be careful with indestructible... If I get one, sure. That's no problem. With the indestructible facets, be careful with that, guys. Since, thanks to the document, we now know that it counts as removing durability from the item altogether. Meaning your durability is 0. So, enchants like this, damage increased by 4% of current durability, don't do anything. I assume so. How else do you want to treat the indestructible? If it counts as infinity, this weapon already would just one-shot everything. You could say just treating it as max durability, but then again, then this facet would not have a downside. But if we look at the facets, they have downsides. Every single facet has a downside. Except this one. Or so it seems. But since it says durability removed, if you don't have anything, you can't get a bonus from it, right? Sure. Wicked builds. In the enchantment document, it says, and facets for indestructible, durability removed. I assume that intended downside is that enchantments working with durability don't give any bonuses. Is that correct? In brackets, Silas recommended asking you. Not taking the fall for the ad myself. How is it here? Okay, patience is a tier 2 bow.
Time.
I do need to build this guy up next, so I can continue there. Yeah, and after you pointed one person to that these mechanical questions should be asked in build,
Wish they would have.
I try to be in there as well for that stuff. I don't know if you noticed that yesterday as well, that I took the a conversation with someone there. They're here. Now we can really show it with the durable leather, right? Look at this. Now... I was too fast. Fuck. Okay, now. There. Right now it's 4 minutes with the wool thread, right? But now... 1 pine sap in, and it goes from 4 minutes to 1 minute 30 even. Wait. I'm stupid again. There. Huh, it still is at 4 minutes. Ah, it goes down faster. Okay, it doesn't reduce at the time here, but you see how it always goes down 2 seconds instead of 1. Right? How it ticks twice as fast. So even though you don't see the proper new time, you can just see how much time it saves. On this, it's already a 2-minute timer, but you need 2 pine saps for it.
Not all weapons.
You cannot rush an oak.
Let's see, maybe Whittaker even has a patience bow for you right now. Hey! Luck Vampirism strikes again.
Always go the grain.
Yeah, it is, look at the bow. It's, 9+. That's the negative of having them build big, but it is a tier 3 weapon. It's not tier 2 anymore. You need to keep that in mind. But with the same requirements, one bow I would recommend you to at least try at some point. I don't know if you have already. But it's also a Dex Faith bow. The Balak Talon. Honestly, for me, it is between this bow and the lacquered bow. I think I will make a fire build out of this bow. Since I noticed something yesterday. It seems the enemies are immune to burning when in puddles has been removed.
Fresh way of living every morning.
But this is a good place to test that again. To be sure. Ah, they are prisoners, not... What was that? Ah, Bloomy, thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Ah, Steam, yeah. I so rarely get messages in Steam that... Ah. Yep. It was a Steam message. Another friend downloaded the free weekend trial. Obviously, I won't drop any names. And guys, the reason I'm saying that right now, Silas is a mod in the forums and in the No-Rest Discord. Okay, are there sirens here right now? No, there aren't, unfortunate. Oh well, then we need to test it in another area. It's not that big of a problem. But if that is really now a thing that they can burn in puddles, that changes the power of burn builds so much. And that really opens up the 3-player configuration I talked about yesterday. Oh, Bam! You said you're playing a plague tank build right now, so your damage may not be the highest, right? On plagued gloves, so purple gloves, there can be an enchantment that executes low health infected enemies. Infected means your... Ow. Your plague status is on them, and low health means below 50%. Also check all of the purple items you find, all of the purple gloves. Since there is now an ember, this one, you can take enchants off of items and then put it on other items of the same rarity, if they fit. Like, for example, if an enchant can only be on gloves, you can not put it on pants, for example. Or if it's already an elemental enchantment on it, or an offensive enchantment, and so on, you can't put another one of those on. Like here. You see max stamina increased by max focus on plagued pants. That means I cannot put this on gloves or something. And you see the stamina symbol, that means I cannot put it together with another stamina enchantment. One second, guys. See you later, Silas. Once again, thank you for dropping by. I really do appreciate it every time, man. Ooh, another armor penetration. Here, now I can really show it off nicely. I just destroyed that helmet, and now I gained armor penetration, which I can put on any other plagued item. Yes. I tried that yesterday. You can only put them on the same version of it. A bit unfortunate, but it also makes a lot of sense. I think it's simply easier for them to track that way instead of, oh, can a magic item even run this? Can a plagued item run this? So doing it like that just makes it easier. I almost forgot to put the patience in. For Silas when he's ready for it.
What have you? Wouldn't you like to see Sacrament reborn? They walk past, blind to the crumbling.
Well, sooner or later you will find other ones, right? Or if you find gloves you just think look cool, later you get these embers, the corrupting embers. They guarantee you that an item gets been plagued. Ready up, Rexa, how are you doing? Also, Rexa, we got a confirmation. I tested it myself earlier. You can use the Radiant Embers, the one that improves enchantments, on uniques. Nameless Pass is, I think, when these embers start to drop. So level 11 areas. And which bow are you using currently? No, that is the Sublime Ember that exalts. Radiant Ember increases the power of enchantments up to 100%. Of that enchantment. The short bow is really good. So it can increase 4% crit chance up to 10% crit chance if you keep improving it. That is that. That is the Radiant Ember. And it also works on rings, which is the awesome part. So, with that ember I can reduce the damage taken on the Ring of Promises to 20%. No, it can also replace. I did that earlier here. Yeah. But you need... The thing is, you can only put... That was a mistake I had. You can only turn... enchants from a blue you got from a blue item onto another blue item, and only an enchant from a plagued item to a plagued item. Like here, you see this charged essence has armor penetration, but it's in purple. So it comes from a plagued item, despite armor penetration also being on blue items. Cheers, Kura. So that was a mistake I had with my understanding from it. Nope, it's still my coffee. Hey, we are all still learning the system, right? This is one of the reasons I wanted to play a completely new character. Less chance of making mistakes that really hurt my other characters.
May your will be half as strong as my word. You and Pine lose what's kind. Pine and you lose what's true.
We still need more spruce planks, so I will go through the Nameless Pass again first. Before we continue our story. So, if that thing comes after me, it's just a bleeding mess once I kill it.
You don't look from around here.
God has sent the madrigal to fulfill a great purpose.
Heard words like
The
those.
holy city will soon be free.
Ah, that reminds me, I wanted to check something under my rewards. Oh, guys, right now, something Silas pointed out to me. Be careful when you see rewards in the dailies you want. And the bounties. Same with the challenges. These rewards change. When you log into the main menu. Okay, but because of this thing, and obviously they changed now because I went to the Balak Talon showcase earlier for... No! Even if I were to relog right now, swap to another character, they change. The rewards change, despite me having picked them up. Obviously, you could really abuse that, because I will be honest, it's now unfortunate. I will still make use of it. The rewards here now have 2 more Sublime Embers, which it's a bit annoying, to be honest. Because now I just have them here again instead of earning them, and I lost another big thing. Why does everything here show 0 out of 6, by the way? Ah, it's the mark. Okay. But then where is the... One thing after another. But now that it happened, I just wanted to ask Silas if he had... and show the Balak talent for him. So it unfortunately happened and I forgot about it at that moment. I had a gem I wanted to check in the rewards. Now it's gone. It happens. I would not recommend you to just keep resetting them, because it can take the fun away. But that is your choice if you want to do that. This bug has already been reported. I personally don't want to make use of it. I did it once on purpose, because when Silas pointed it out to maybe relog to get a bounty to show up that is currently, it seems, bugged. Like, we don't get it to show up on the map at all. And to see if relogging shows that. And then I lost two of those sublime and not sublime, of the radiant embers I was talking about. And since I really wanted them and was excited to get them, I did reset until I got the bounties again. Oh god, gear is full again. I keep forgetting to sell. Ow. No, 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 no. No! What luck. Let's be honest, guys. Who here thought I was done for when I fell there? I thought I was done for. Just a splat on the ground. Okay, Snaps just said indestructible under the hood still works with the durability enchantments. Oh, the gem I wanted to check. A mottled quartz. Lightning damage increased by 10%. But does it also infuse a weapon with it still? We need to test this. Ready up into the wicket. Maybe you already know. Do these higher elemental gems Do they still add the infusion? Yeah, Rexa, but that is for enchants. The thing about the gems is they usually also add the infusion. So, and in the beta we didn't have the elemental gems as a modeled version. So we couldn't test that yet. Yes, we do. And I will. Since I do have a weapon I want to turn into a lightning weapon anyway.
Do it for God.
And here guys, now I can show you again. Radiant Ember, strengthen on enchantments effects. As you can see, I can massively increase the effects here. And even here. Okay, you cannot reduce the negatives, apparently. Good to know. One thing I know for sure, it may look stupid, but now this is already at 97%, right? And gives 15%. I still want this one at 100%, despite it staying 15% before I exalt the item. Because it may make a difference when extra 25% goes on top of it. And yes, I'm actually testing it on a blue weapon. Does your weapon have a facet? If under the cost, here you see nimble. If nothing stands here, there is no facet.
Life and
See here, gain lightning infusion, lightning damage increased. Okay, now we know. Honestly, I will give as feedback that I don't like that. And I will do this right now. I think the modeled versions should give the infusion and the damage buff.
You don't look from around.
Praise the Inquisition. God's many hands are at work in the nameless.
Just to be sure. Yeah, still. No, it doesn't. So, excuse me while I make a forum post about that real quick. Obviously, it could be a bug. I don't know. Yeah, but I think it should do both. Not just... That is why I put that in as I want to put it in as feedback, you know? Since... Honestly, in my opinion, it makes it weaker. True. But in the end, you know the problem with that, Into the Wicked? If you have the facet for it, it just gives you back the damage you lose from the facet. Unless it just increases the physical damage by 10%. But even then, it's a bit too weak for my modeled elemental gems. Category, Wicked feedback. Feedback, suggestion, weapons. I would like to suggest for model gems, mental gems, that if you put them to a weapon, they do not just increase the elemental damage by 10%, but also add the infusion as well. As it stands now, they, in quotation marks, only give back the damage you lose if you put them into well, technically, if you would like just use runes with thunder or something, it would still increase that damage like chain lightning or something, or a naturally enchanted weapon, right? But these are so niche. Snow. Usefulness. Their use in weapons is quite limited. If you add them into a weapon that has their element, they only remove the natural damage penalty. For their full use, you need to find weapons that come with the element without any gem or facet. Or you use them with the elemental enchantment, the utility runes and so on. I mean, there are ways. Like with this dagger, I will just now use the lightning enchantment on that character.
The pagan gates will fall, and Caelan's faithful
But that will still be a bit... In my opinion, they lose versatility compared to their level 1 versions. And yeah, I was really lucky with this bow yesterday. At the same time, I got this dropped and this one. Imagine this club, this fatted club with heavy, used to shatter. Only to shatter. Not as normal combo material. Or normal combat because of its high stamina cost. Right. I wanted to get more spruce later, but I also wanted to do this quest, saving Gordon. Oh, the area behind him is respawned. Makes sense with the time I used up. So let's look if we get nice respawns back there. Okay, you can still swim underneath this. I mean, when it comes to clipping, that is a low priority to fix, to be honest. This bow is so insane. I love it. Dude, it's insanity. It's so good, especially if you want to go for a bleeding build. Since bleed is still physical damage. Heck, even if you want to go for lifesteal gem in it or so, the reason I want to go for bleed is the plague glove enchantment that you gain lifesteal already when you attack bleeding enemies. I need to swap my headset battery. Give me a second. I will use this time for an ad real quick to reduce the chance you are getting ads in key points.
I'll make it quick.
Welp. Seems I got attacked while swapping my headset battery. Since I honestly did not hear it. I wonder why. But honestly, I'm so glad they made this bow useful. In the base... No, not the base. In the Breach version, having to swap between ice and fire and the runes, other runes that were on it, this bow was not really good. Now it has an identity. And one that is even very fun to use on top of it. And the reason I always wanted to use this bow, it just looks gorgeous. It's simple, and that dark color, it's just beautiful. Yes, I'm very easy to please when it comes to that stuff. Thank you as well, Bam, and see you later.
Did you hear else? He's my funeral device, snag him.
Okay, rune damage increased. Against large enemies. God damn it. It always happens after. Yeah. It can be, but it can also be tough as nails, depending on the rest of your equipment. I don't know the rest of your build, but for me, I often, since I go for bow builds so frequently, I often go also for cloth. And you know how hard it is to upgrade cloth or leather armor compared to simple mesh armor.
I felt the...
Yeah, then you know how hard it is to upgrade those things compared to the usual stuff. Let's see. Let's put this one in here. And let's try to get to remove the full focus thing. Not the full focus. The focus gain thing. I can live with that. Damage resistance reduced after consuming food.
Eyes up.
Nothing sings like steel.
On alert.
Got all weapons and in a point.
Now let's make some fish. Because I want to test how much the buffs are increased now. How evil this will be.
See that?
Oh. I have not learned any other recipes yet. Whoops. So we need a hearth stove for that. I'm pretty sure we have learned it. We just need to craft it now. And I mean, yeah, technically we don't need to craft it because I get the full focus by attacking, but yeah. I'm honestly really looking forward to the comfort system in the game.
This island will be healed once. I miss home.
Pagan gate will fall, and Caelan's
like
faithful
those.
will be saved.
Well, let's start with this. 16 and 26. Honestly, it seems... Yes, still 16 and 26. The bow is not fully working. Since my damage should have been increased, right? Yeah, now it is a tiny bit increased and with maximum focus, so that does work. But armor penetration is less effective than I thought. But the critical hit chance bonus is nice.
And Caelan's faithful will be.
But yeah, the lacquered bow physical damage increase when you have 4... Does not seem to work. How is it typed? Okay, the only thing I see there are that. What's this? Steam view recording screenshots show on disk. Record bow task mark for not working. Open with paint. I want a nice bright color. And save. Bug reporting. Weapons. feedback. Oh, once again. During... while using the lacquered bow, Reddy had a feeling that the last bonus of increased physical damage with 4 marks may not be working correctly. Wait, let me actually put one more thing in for good measure. One more test, I mean. I mean, it should be a damage boost of 20, over 20 physical damage at the moment, right? Ah, shit, I don't have that.
Maybe more opportunity.
And Caelan's faithful
Make a
will
fortune
be
in
saved.
Maybe he has... The alchemist has that in the offer right now. I doubt it, but would be useful. He does! Very nice. And I'm sorry guys, I know this is not very entertaining. Especially people on YouTube will be pissed about this. But if I notice bugs, I want to report them. If I have suggestions, I want to make them.
Testing the magical to fulfill a great purpose.
I've heard words
The
like
holy
those.
city will soon be free.
Yeah, see, here, now it's up to 30 from this. And just to be on the safe side, a screenshot of my character as well and the bow. First off, here is a screenshot of my bow. No gem, 21% physical damage increase with all 4 hunter's marks. Here's a screenshot of the damage, no buffs. How much was it? 16 to 26 on crit. $16 to $17 damage non-crit. Hard to see. Sorry. 26 damage on crit. Let me mark the buff here as well while I'm at it. What's the name of that oil? Blade oil. Here I used blade oil. 20% damage physical damage increase. And added bleed. It went to 19 damage non-crit, 30 damage crit. Finally, 4 Hunter's marks active. Same damage as before. Let me look for something again, because I saw something earlier. Thing is the physical damage. Does not give Hunter's Mark. While it's enchant. There, again guys, I am sorry about this. But I'm sure we all want the game to be as polished as possible. And for that, if bugs are noticed, they need to be reported. And thanks to the blade oil, we could very easily verify things, right? And it doesn't make the bow bad. It just makes it not as good as it could be. I mean, it's still a 60% crit chance increase when you have all 4 buffs. As well as the massive stamina cost reduction, right? Ah, shit, I took a bit too long. Four corrupting embers, nice. Ow! Nach the staggering enemy, durability increase. Wait. I want to take a screenshot of some... Ah, I can't right now. I need to do that later. Oh. Use the the glimmering. You know what? I want to try something again. And with that, I may weaken my build a bit, for some time. Then again, no, I have enough, we already have the numbers from the test earlier. Right now I wanna see if the elemental gems work how I think they work in armor pieces.
Why? I felt the...
Yeah, this should remove my damage a bit at least. Destroy the gem.
Serum?
Yep. Let's do it like this. Now it's straight 30 again. But earlier it was also 25 and not just 26. Let's put another elemental gem in again to verify that it's just 26. And not 25, 26.
Life.
Do I have others? Yes, this one.
Serum, be silent as a whisper, or loud as a thunderclap. The blight of time.
I'll miss home.
The pagan gate will fall, and
Never
Kayla's
met for a
faithful
uniform.
will be saved.
Yeah, now it's 26 to 27. Mental gem. In. %. Is 6% crit, no, 7% crit damage. 7% crit. And 6% physical damage. Will do. To only affect the armor piece it is in. Another 2 tests with an elemental gem in my weapon 2. Oh god, I'm so stupid. I could have done this so much easier. I'm sorry about this. But at least I don't need to put a gem into my bow right now. Well, I need to run back here anyway again. No. Destroy. We can utilize the extra crit damage now. Not crit damage, the extra crit chance now. And we use the one that gives no extra damage procs from something else. 74. Okay, 73, 74.
Great purpose.
73 to 74 crits. No gem. You know what? No, I do need to put one elemental gem into my bow to test if it counts for the weapon as well.
A man with untainted blood is a man unfulfilled.
But honestly, that's not a bad thing right now. It's just that I don't have many. That's a bit of a problem. Let's put lightning in. And let's put... Where is it? There they are.
Be silent as a whisper, or loud as a thunder.
I miss home, but she don't.
God has sent the madrigal to fulfill a great purpose. The holy city will soon
Let's buff our... Let's get some focus back in us. $75. Yep. Plague arrow 75. Element gem in the same armor piece and in the weapon.
The pagan gates were formed, and Canaan's great.
So yeah, now we have confirmed how the elemental gems work in armor pieces.
Fresh wind.
Wildlife.
We will now go once more there and test another time with the crits if it stays the same. It should be 75 at this point.
The blight of time.
Praise the Inquisition. God's many hands are at work in the nameless past.
Yep, still 75. added this. Removed elemental gem from weapon. Kept an armor. Still 75 crits. Found it affects the enchantments on the armor piece it is in. If it is the only elemental gem in any armor piece. Moment, despite its slight bug, is the Hellcat bomb followed by the talon for its with multiple arrows and what of yeah, I am sorry for this, guys. I was also the testing and then sharing it in Discord what I found.
The only way to reach the mountain.
For how does this one actually look? Hey, I went 1 too far. I wanted this. Oh yeah, this looks so good.
For the
This is cloth, frozen enemy armor reduced, burn damage increased. But I can reduce my max health further. Which would then later... Wait, 23. Let's see, 16. 34. With the plagued rings I have, I can get... Ooh, this is good. This could be good, I should say. But no. I'm on cloth, and cloth is already very weak with damage reduction. I shouldn't go and reduce my health to below 50%. I can't be that much into the Discord right now. I'm already way too deep into that discussion while streaming. I'm sorry about that, guys. Cheers, Kura. And now, still my coffee. Nope, I finished my coffee first. And you can't even complain. My protein powder is in there because I know today's meals won't have much. Too bad, isn't it? It's tasteless, so it's made for that.
Wife's gonna. I know, Carol.
There, now we are gonna grab the spruce wood I wanted to get. Oh, my food inventory is full again. Fuck. I need another cupboard, I think. So let's buy it.
You cannot. Hello again.
But the extra the plague ring and half health. It could actually come in handy if I go for the enchantment bonuses. Yeah, if I do that, it would kick it in overdrive, actually. Fuck it, I'm selling that one. I need to be a bit more picky. But here... that one I will keep, because I want that enchantment for sure. God damn it. Luckily I have powder. Honestly, nah, that's too last cannon even for Zul. And then the healing in the gloves makes no sense. Wait. Test. Fuck. Will you explode? No. Shit. We are nearing the cutoff point for the YouTube video. God, this one will be so terrible. You know, right now... Ooh. I just had a fun idea for the lacquered bow in an elemental build. This seems counterintuitive right now, I know. But you would reapply the Hunter's Mark just by normally attacking. Yes, you would lose the, once the bulk arc is fixed, a massive physical damage increase. But ooh, ho, ho, ho. Honestly, I may have to test that. How much is that? Yeah, I should really test that. Did I go in there or not? Oh, I'm so distracted today. I'm so sorry. My ADHD is in full force today. Yes, I was in there. And I mean, right... If I find another lacquered bow, I will go for that on a character. I mean, right now... I have physical damage on sources on too many equipment pieces already. Wait, I can test it already. How well it would work. Yes, it would reduce my damage right now, but hey, who gives a fuck? Yeah, see, it keeps it active. It can even buff by itself since there's an internal cooldown on the elements. Oh my god, this is huge. Okay, I want to get rid of this right now. Because this may be a bug. And I want to... There, I don't care. This is already what I needed. A quick... No, this is too far. And yeah, this is nice, okay. Buffer. Can't go. there plus self bar for reachable using only one element. Edit possible bug for reaching for Hunter's Mark. I had the idea of foregoing the physical damage boost even once it is fixed. Gain the bonuses of the marks easier / maintain them better. Using an elemental enchantment, allowing for 60% crit, 60% stamina reduction, attack stamina reduction while using full focus build. Testing it, I noticed just that one element can build you up to 4 Hunter's Marks, not just maintain them. This YouTube video, what on YouTube will be so shit. This is pure insanity. But yeah, this is a massive information. Okay, perfect. Okay, no, they still don't burn when they are in water. And I got a crow ring. I finally got a crow ring. I would love if Thomas or another dev would show up right now to confirm if the second thing is a bug or not. That would be so useful. No, we want to go up. Because this way we get more wood. We don't just want to hit the big spots, but all spots. That's the thing. But guys, I will restart the stream here. This will turn into a VOD for YouTube as the other ones will. So thank you for tuning, please stand by, and for YouTube side, thank you all for tuning in, I appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe, all of that stuff you know, and as always, ready up for the next hunt.